my name's Adrian Veale. I work at the European Commission in the International Unit. So we are overseeing all the international cooperation between Europe and the rest of the world that's possible under Erasmus+. And this includes the Erasmus Mundus joint master degrees and the support that we give to the students and alumni through EMA and through the Erasmus Plus Student and Alumni Association, ESSA.
Okay, so Adrian, what do you think about the benefits an Erasmus Mundus student or a graduate can get from being part of Erasmus Mundus Association or ESSA?
Okay, I think there are benefits right from the start. I think there are benefits before you even become an Erasmus Mundus student. Perhaps you can learn a lot from alumni. You can learn a lot about how to apply some of the tips and tricks, some advice on what it actually means to go abroad on mobility. Also during your course, I think there are big advantages. You experience a lot of advantages anyway, being part of this group, this cohort of students. There's a lot of esprit de corps, I think, among the students who travel around during their program. So that exists within the course, but I think by joining EMA, you get an even wider network. You come into touch with other students from your country, other students doing your academic discipline, and I think there's a lot to learn. So you can actually learn more than just what is taught in your course. You can learn from the students attending other courses and the support that they give. I think it's important, and this is a reason why EMA exists. One of the reasons is that the student is really at the centre of Erasmus Mundus and lots of other aspects of Erasmus+. So they can really play a role, and becoming a course representative, for example, can really ensure that the students take the students' views and student experience is really taken into account by the coordinator. It can sometimes change the program, with new ideas coming in from new students. So being a program representative can help you do that. And then, of course, after your mobility, the idea of the Alumni Association is to keep people in touch with each other. You establish close individual friendships, but I think EMA can help you, maintain those friendships in a wider perspective. There's also a lot of benefits from a professional development point of view. You can learn about new job opportunities. You can keep, if you like, up to speed with new developments in your area. Perhaps you finished as a student, but you never finished learning. And I think by staying in touch with EMA, that helps you, maintain, develop new skills for your job and for later life. So I think there are lots of opportunities to do things with EMA. I think that's probably one of the benefits, actually, is being able to contribute. You get a feeling of belonging, you get a feeling that what you're doing is useful for yourself, but useful for other people as well. To spread the knowledge and the benefits that you've had, you can help share those to a wider group of people too, which I think is important in the program as a whole.
Well said. Just following up on the new call for tender for ESSA, that of course creates a lot of new opportunities. So what do you have to say for EMA members on that aspect?
Yeah, I mean, EMA is really developing. You've taken this big step of establishing a legal status for the association, which I think was important. You're an association in your own right, and the Commission recognises what you've done and the structures you set up to do it better. So we're very conscious of all the new ideas that you're bursting with new ideas in EMA for how to really make the benefits of membership much more visible, acceptable to all its members. But what we've done also is we've also recognised the fact that Erasmus Mundus is part of a bigger programme, and there are other students, other alumni of EU-funded programmes who also can have a role to play. They can share their experience, they can reach out to other students, or even the general public in the place where they're studying, or their home country when they've gone back, to like I said, to spread the word a bit, to explain the benefits that they've had from Erasmus Plus. So there are lots of opportunities, not only within EMA, but also EMA working with other associations who are members of SR to help us promote the program. It's always welcome, and you do it much better than we do in many respects. But also, there are professional development opportunities. There are opportunities to provide a platform for the sorts of activities you develop anyway. I mean, these sort of ideas you're having of mapping where the projects are based, the social projects, the testimonies of your current students, your former students. They are all projects that you can develop within EMA, but also within ESSA more widely. Here in Europe, but also outside Europe, and that's where we're actually relying on you a lot to help us promote the program and spread the message in what we call our partner countries outside Europe.
Thank you. One final question, as you might have been involved very actively regarding EMA is now trying to form its own secretariat, the reason being also about this becoming legal and trying to have its own independence and sustainable. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think that could work very well. I think you've moved up a step. It was an association of volunteers. I think the legal status is one step. The secretariat idea perhaps adds a bit more of a structure in the fact that you would actually have a real office rather than a virtual network. And I think that can only be good in helping you to channel all these ideas that you're having into real projects, and to make sure that that they can be managed well and followed up. And it also, I think, helps the way you work with the Commission and the Executive Agency to keep track of what you're doing and see the best way we can support that or link that into what the individual projects are doing too.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time, Ben. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure.